Authorities are pressing Pfizer for answers after 30 elderly vaccine recipients died in Norway. For more on this, we're joined by Dr. Rob Grenfell from the CSIRO. Rob, good morning to you. It sounds disturbing.
Yeah, good morning, Carly. It certainly does sound disturbing, but this is actually what normally happens in a sort of what we'd call a phase 4 study for any sort of drug or therapeutic.
Listen to this shit, will ya? This is what normally happens, stage 4.
As you move from the study populations and into the general population and mixed ones, you start to look for things. And that's, again, a testament to the approach to safety that's being taken here. Now, let's point out that it's anyone who's in an aged care facility is usually very frail and it also has multiple illnesses. And in one sense, what needs to be sorted out from these cases is, were these deaths related to, caused by, or have no relation whatsoever to the vaccine that they were given?
Hang on. I didn't hear you clowns say, oh, did people die from COVID, in old age homes? They were frail, they had underlying health conditions, and they were old. I didn't hear you saying any of that. Did they die because of that, or did they die from this bullshit COVID? But now that these old age people are dying, you're using that bloody theory that they're dying because possibly they're old, frail, or underlying health conditions. Hang on, mate. If it's good for the goose, it's good for the fucking gander. Which one is it?
It may be that there may be one of those three combinations. Our TGA, our regulator, will be sorting through that and may issue warnings to practitioners here in Australia when it's released.
You're going to sort through it and give warnings. Bullshit. You know this is just going to go through. It's going to go through no matter how many people die in Norway or around the world.
It isn't. I mean, I was reading with interest over the weekend about what this vaccine does, and then some people are going to get, I guess, some of the symptoms of COVID-19 as a result of this, and those symptoms in a certain age bracket have proved deadly in some cases. Is it safe for our elderly?
Certainly, COVID is not safe for anyone over the age of 50, Carl.
Hang on, over the age of 50, which is 70% of Australia's population, probably 75. But yet, kids have been told to stay home from school. Kids' sporting events, not just kids, mature adults in their teens and their 20s and 30s. They're under 50. Why were all sporting events closed last year? Why were gyms where mostly people under 50 go to? Nightclubs. Oh, but this guy says, if you're over 50, it's a concern. So if you're under 50, it's not a concern at all, because we know by the figures that for all of Australia, only 4 people under 50 have supposedly died from COVID. 4 people all year. And even worse, only 14 under 60 and about 40 under 70. 40 under 70. It is just an absolute joke. Yeah, like I just said, all the under 50s, their lives have been friggin' destroyed.
And anyone over the age of 85, it's absolutely not safe, with the chance of fatality being extremely high. So let's just...
No, because we know the 85s are dying from old age in nursing homes. Got nothing to do with frickin' COVID. That's all this guy's using. The statistic that 84 is the average age of COVID deaths. No, that's the average age that people die in nursing homes.
Put it in that perspective first, then come back to the idea of immunisation. In Australia, it will be offered as a possibility, or at least a choice. So elderly residents themselves will be asked to have the vaccine, and certainly I would.
Offered? Choice? Yeah, we'll see. No vaccine, no job. No vaccine, no passport. No vaccine, no social security benefits.
Anyone over the age of 50 that really you should seriously consider this, because
No,
you have a 20% chance of hospitalisation over
no,
50, going up to around about 80+%.
mate, I'll take the risk. If I die from this COVID, I'll die from it. I ain't going to take this bullshit vaccine.
Or even 90% if you're in the aged care facilities. And the death rates, I was reflecting on a fact from the UK. 40% of aged care residents in the UK have died from this pandemic. This is...
No, they haven't. They've died because they're in aged care homes and they're old and frail and got underlying health conditions. When are people going to work that out?
It's a serious problem.
I get that, but try to convince someone over the age of 80 that there is a chance, given what's happened in Norway, that they may contract symptoms that may lead to serious complications, even in a vaccine, isn't going to be an easy task.
No, it's normally not an easy task, Carl, and certainly, as you know,
You can bet anything. Anyone over 80 is just going to be brainwashed by whoever, even by their family, to take it. They'll be brainwashed and they'll take it.
So a GP for many years and working in aged care settings and trying to talk with residents about the influenza vaccine. And there are still residents that refuse or choose not to have influenza vaccine.
Smart
That's
people.
their choice. But coronavirus and influenza are very serious diseases in the frail aged. And yes, they can have a choice. But second is the...
Mate, they're the same thing. You know that? They're the same thing.
choice to have the vaccine, as has been shown with the global experience, it's certainly is safe in the significant numbers of people that have had it already.
You'd have the Pfizer vaccine?
I certainly would have the Pfizer
bullshit.
vaccine. I've been closely following the side effect profiles.
Yeah, bullshit. Don't laugh, mate.
Globally to make that decision. And
Yeah.
let's put the other thing about all the
Show
other
us.
vaccines that are coming.
Take the vaccine
approval.
now.
The most important thing at this stage for us with a vaccine strategy is to save lives by decreasing the severity of illness and
Kill the elderly.
which is really
Get rid of
what
the
intent is
elderly.
in this first instance. So we don't end up in a situation like the UK or the US are at the moment.
Great to talk to you, Rob. Thanks for your time. Appreciate it.
Yeah, get rid of the elderly. They don't give a fuck about it.